Hello and thank you for joining me for your daily readings. So today we're taking a look at how to unstuck yourself. Be careful how you say that one. So do keep in mind that these reads are still general. If it doesn't resonate for you, then just leave it. Don't try and force fit anything to fit your situation. And please do use your discernment and don't take offense at anything that comes out in a read. Tarot is supposed to be helpful, okay? Right, so what is going on for our collective, please? What is going on for our collective? Right. What is going on in your environment currently? The Four of Wands. This is stability, this is security and grounding. Now, for this one, it shows me that you could be currently building on a strong foundation here for your future. You could be really focused on something to do with the community here as well. Okay, that's only going to apply for some, not all. It's cause for a celebration normally, so you could have some kind of an important event that's coming up here. Again, I just don't have enough information, so I'm going to have to clarify what's going on in our collective's environment with this Four of Wands, please. What's going on with this Four of Wands? I mean, you've literally got in your root chakra, because that is the chakra for stability and grounding, and you've literally got the card of stability in your stability chakra. So there's not any real issues there that's going on. You do have the Wheel of Fortune that's come out off balance though. So possibly a minor detour here that's coming up for you guys. Again, do keep an open mind, okay? Now with your King of Swords going on in what's happening with your resources could be your time, your energy levels, your money, anything that you feel is an important resource right now. You've got the King of Swords. So this is all about diplomacy. It's all about being careful, being intellectual, okay? Maybe they're saying here that you're needing to think about what's going on with your resources, because you do have the Eight of Swords here in what's going on for you internally, overthinking. Okay, so while procrastination is a really, really good thing, overthinking a situation to the point where you become fearful is not helpful, and that's what's going on internally here. So let's take a closer look at this King of Swords. What's going on? Thank you. Yeah, the Four of Swords in the reverse position. Frustration, exhaustion, feeling restless, wanting to do something productive here, but maybe not really feeling it, feeling really disconnected here with the Four of Swords in the reverse position. That's definitely stuck energy. It's someone who is not focused on what it is that they should be focused on, because they're focused on something else over here with this Eight of Swords instead. So I do feel that Spirit's trying to redirect you here. I don't know what's going on with all these reversals, but all of your cards in this deck seem to be coming out in a really strange manner. The Ace of Swords reversed and the Six of Cups reversed also. Okay, I'm getting the impression that you could well be dealing with a vain individual who has said something to you more recently that has kept you stuck in this mindset here with the Eight of Swords, of needing to find truth in what it is that they said. And it is a lie, because you've got the Ace of Swords here in the reverse position. That's someone being very weak, very tyrannical, destructive, very chaotic individual, okay? So some of our collectives are currently stuck at the moment because a destructive, vain, spiteful person has said something to them that is really disrupted their sense of inner peace. And you've got the Ten of Wands hidden at the bottom of that deck. Yeah, a burden. Someone's trying to put their emotional baggage onto our collective here, and it's keeping our collective stuck. It's certainly stopping them from moving forward here in some kind of manner. Maybe even it stopped you from moving forward within a community, taking on some kind of community project, because you've got this energy over here that's basically put ideas in your head that somehow you're not good enough, and Spirit's telling you here that that's a lie. Okay, always check your source of information here. Why this individual is being cynical towards you is because they are cynical towards people in general. Okay, yes, it absolutely was or will be a personal attack, but you mustn't take it personally. And I know that sounds like a really bizarre thing to say, but Spirit's saying you have to look at your source of information. You've got to do your research, think logically about this situation here with the King of Swords. What is it that you're putting your time, your efforts and your energy towards? Well, at the moment, not what you probably should be, because you got this distraction going on over here from this vain narcissistic individual putting horrible untrue seeds of doubt in your head. Now you've got the Five of Wands here that's coming out in your heart chakra, of all places. That this is what's going on in love, in relationships. This is how you feel towards yourself, and it's the Five of Wands. Why is that there? That shouldn't be there. So this individual is at this point in time, they do have some kind of power over you. Again, because you have internalized something, a lie, something really deceitful that they have said either to you or about you. And now it's causing you this inner conflict in your own heart. It's causing you conflicts on how you then respond to other people, how you then respond to the world around you. Spirit's really saying here, look, collective, make sure that you're not bleeding, metaphorically bleeding on innocent people. Okay, when someone else has hurt you, normally it's because there's something seriously wrong going on within them, and they are metaphorically bleeding all over you. Okay, and then you in turn, you're going to end up internalizing all those lies, all those insults, and then you also in turn will metaphorically bleed over innocent people who had nothing at all to do with the original injury, as it were. Okay, so we see this cycle that's playing out, this unhealthy cycle with the Wheel of Fortune off balance. It's just going on and on and on and on, right? Can we have more information on the Five of Wands? Thank you. Yeah, the Moon, the Three of Cups and the World. Yeah, exactly. Really deep emotions here with the Moon. This could have been it's very feminine energy. So it could have come from a feminine who is operating in more of their shadow aspects, like a distorted feminine energy. Not necessarily female, just someone who's got a lot of feminine energy to them. Very two-faced, very vengeful, very spiteful. Definitely more focused on being the popular one instead of being a nice person. That's this energy right here. With the World, it's telling you, look, you can and you should be closing out this cycle with this particular individual because it's so utterly unhealthy. And again, like the Moon, that can be your subconscious as well. It's all to do with secrets and secrets of the mind. Okay, it's very sort of brain orientated energy. So I do very much suspect that there is some kind of emotional manipulation that this individual is really good at. And then they're telling you that you're the emotional manipulative one. And someone here is sitting there going, am I the narcissist? Do you know what I mean? So it's like reflection. Self-reflection is absolutely good and really, really healthy. But then when you start taking the blame for the way that other people are treating you, that can become really unhealthy really, really quickly, okay? Bearing in mind that people like that, you don't really need to give them any kind of an excuse. That's just the way that they are because of their inability to self-reflect. Okay, so we've got something quite emotional here that's going on within a group. It looks to me that you could well be in strife in your emotions because you might have to say farewell to this particular group who up until this point either you've been supporting them or they've been supporting you, but now it's going to be time to say goodbye to that particular group because it's been what's the word, this ain't intercepted, so it's been intercepted by this liar over here. Okay, so I am speaking to a collective here who is being pushed out, actively being pushed out of some kind of group setting here. And it's causing grief for whoever this is that I'm reading for right now, okay? Right, so your Knight of Wands, this is something that you're needing to say or needing to do, okay? This is your throat chakra. Knight of Wands is a very misunderstood energy. In certain contexts, it has a different connotation from the one that I'm about to give you, okay? In this context, it's all about being free, being excited for life, and it's literally illustrated with a running hare, which is a very powerful symbol for growth, abundance, and fertility, okay? So you're headed towards a lot of growth, and that does come with a bit of pain, okay? See that right there in your heart chakra, how you've got all this pain going on that does absolutely involve a group or a community setting. Betrayal that's going on for you guys here. So a Knight of Wands in this context is a very optimistic energy. It's literally you're being told, look, you can start again elsewhere, okay? A Knight of Wands is incredibly adventurous. And this is what Spirit's asking for you to do. Be adventurous, branch out, see what else is out there in the world for you, okay? It is time for you to be the explorer, as it were. Can you tell us more about the Knight of Wands? Thank you. Yeah, Judgment in reverse. Oh dear. I wouldn't like to be in that group's shoes, to be honest with you, because they have failed in more ways than one. And the major way that they failed is they failed to look at the facts and, look at the evidence and really put the pieces of the puzzle together and figure out and be intellectual about it and figure out, oh, hold on a minute, this person over here is lying to us about you. All of the evidence is there, all of the facts are there, and they have failed to really look at the facts. Instead, they have chosen to join in with whoever this bully is that's coming out in this read. They have chosen to believe in whatever lies that they've been peddling. Now, here's the thing, right? Whenever anybody is willing and prepared to believe a lie about you without asking any kind of questions, if they sit there and go, well, yeah, I believe it, that tells you a lot about who they are as a person, and it tells you a lot about what their intent was towards you the whole way through, right? If someone's going to believe lies about you, it's because they want to believe lies about you, all right? So do keep that in mind. And that's what they're saying here with judgment in reverse. It's not about you as a person, as an individual, and this is everything about them. The issue is for you now is that you're currently stuck, feeling like you don't have any other options, feeling like these are the only people that are ever going to be around you, and it's just simply not true. Spirit's saying, look, go, travel, explore, be adventurers, meet new people. Now, here's the thing as well with judgment in reverse. It indicates blame and blame shifting. So I do very much suspect here, collective, that you have possibly even been blamed for something that you didn't do, and then you've got everyone else believing in this lie that it's something that you've been blamed for, right? Again, whoever's going to believe it, they're believing it because they want to. So definitely do consider reducing your communication with those individuals, or maybe even completely cutting them off. Again, it's going to be easier said than done for some, okay? But ultimately, this is literally a situation. I'm reading this for someone, they've gone out of their way here to help this particular group, and then they've had this group turn on them like a pack of hyenas and basically try and rip them apart. That's exactly how I'm reading this energy. And then I've got whoever's resonating with this going on for them is sitting there going, shit me, is there something wrong with me? Am I the narcissist? Do you know what I mean? And Spirit's saying, look, no, these people were always going to do this to you. Always. For as long as they were an influence in your life, they were always going to betray you this way. Okay? They didn't need an excuse. It's just the opportunity arose for this main bully to strike and lay that first attack, and then the rest of them basically piled on. Okay, but Spirit's saying that they were always going to do that. Why? Because they're not for you. They're not your people. Six of Cups in the reverse position, and it is hurtful. It genuinely is hurtful. So they're saying here with judgment in reverse, avoid judging yourself too harshly and too negatively. It's very good that this incident has forced you in a lot of ways to turn inwards and to do that self-reflection. That's very good. It's very necessary, very healthy, and it does show a lot of growth for you as an individual. Have these people over here done that? No, they haven't, because they're still blame shifting, they're still projecting, they're still accusing, they're still lying. So they're not quite yet at the stage of their own development where they are able to self-reflect and go, oh, hold on a minute, this is wrong. They're just simply not at that point in their life yet. So what you're going to find will happen with this Wheel of Fortune off balance and this judgment in the reverse position, as soon as you exclude yourself, take yourself out of that particular group, go off on your own sweet merry way, okay, and start creating your beautiful abundant life outside of that group, what's going to happen is that the group that's left, they will end up turning in on each other, which I have seen that theme come out quite regular, which means that group will end up imploding. But also things are going to start to go wrong for them in their own private lives, where they are then going to be forced to take a look at the part that they played in anything disastrous that's going on in their own lives. Okay, so it is going to end up being forced. But what you need to say or do in the meanwhile, collective, is to see if you can explore elsewhere, a different friend group. If this is going on within a family situation, then family's what you make it. Okay, it's not all about DNA. It really isn't. Okay, and when you look at it that way, yes, you can choose your family, right? Yes, it's unfortunate that someone here is related to individuals like this, victim of circumstance and all that. But you can go ahead and make your own family. You can start from scratch. You can start again, okay? You're not stuck with these people. That's what Spirit's telling you, especially when they're not for you, especially when they're unhealthy influences here with the Ace of Swords. Dealing with this group or this community, whatever this is, it's made you very, very ill. It's probably affected you, it's definitely affected you mentally. So your mental health is already taken a massive knock, but it's probably also materializing into physical ill health now as well. So, it's getting to the point now where it's vital that you do go out and explore different possibilities and opportunities elsewhere away from this group, because they're just causing far too much damage now. Far too much from what I can make out. Now, what's going on with your higher self or your intuition? The King of Pentacles, the King of Coins, and it's illustrated with a bear on top of a mountain. So it's you feeling stronger, you feeling more in control of your own life, you starting to protect yourself now. Because you've realized that protection is not going to come from within whatever that group is. You have to rescue yourself. Okay, you've got to stand tall and stand up for yourself. Now, this is what your higher self and your intuition is telling you. And also your intuition's telling you that you're going to be far more abundant and far more secure and grounded and stable away from that environment. That's literally what your intuition is telling you. And that's what Spirit's telling you as well. Okay, listen, whenever anyone's trying to drag you down, it always comes from a place of fear. Okay, when someone tries to drag you down, it's because they're afraid that you could potentially outshine them. All right, and that's classic narcissism, basically. Okay, yeah, like clarified with the Lovers off balance, you can see from my viewpoint the angle that this has come out in. It's definitely not completely upright, and it's definitely not completely off balance like that either. It's kind of like neither here nor there. So we're taking that as a wishy-washy energy. Okay, there is a blockage here in your own intuition. Okay, and it's where basically you're telling yourself that you're never going to meet anybody. That you're not going to be happy or something like that, okay? Because literally the Lovers in this deck is all about celebrating the love in your life. And so this blockage in your own intuition, I feel that it's more to do with your loud inner critic that's blocking off your own intuition, where your loud inner critic's going, you'll never be happy. You'll never find anybody. Maybe this is this person here who said to you, you'll never find anybody like me. But then, isn't that the point? You don't want to find somebody like that ever again. Isn't that the point? But the thing is, when you're so intertwined with an abusive person like that, it can be incredibly difficult for a while to see where it is that they end and where it is that you begin. And it is easy in a lot of ways to believe the words of someone being abusive to you. Especially if you've been trained and brought up to be a people pleaser, it can be really easy to believe everything that they say to you. Okay, even though an outsider looking in would sit there and go, do you know what? That's fucking disgusting. The stuff that person is telling the collective, that's absolutely disgusting. Someone from the outside looking in can see it, but when you're directly in the middle of it, it's going to be really, really difficult for you to see that. That's why they call it being in the fog. Do you know what I mean? You're in the fog, you're in your emotions, not thinking logically. And only someone who has been through that themselves is going to understand that. That's why whenever someone leaves an abuser, what is it that's normally said to them? Oh, well, you should have left sooner. Well, no, they couldn't have left any sooner, actually. So, you can tell straight away those who have been in those kinds of situations and those who have lived a life in absolute ignorance, because they've never been through it before. So, no, of course they wouldn't know. So it's just in case anyone's sitting there going, what? Why would anyone believe that lie from that person? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Well, if it doesn't make sense to you, then it's just not your reading, and count your blessings that it's not your reading, and be grateful that you've not been abused in this kind of way, because I am speaking to a collective here who has been going through ongoing abuse to the point now where they're like, what am I even doing with my life? I can't leave, because if I leave, how can I possibly start again? I'm going to end up losing all my support network, this, that, and the next. And Spirit's saying, but look at your quote-unquote support network. Look at who they are. Look at what they're doing to you. Is that really the kind of support that you're needing? I think not. Lovers, kind of off balance. Okay, so yes, your own intuition is currently being blocked off. Why? By these negative thoughts that someone else has been putting in your head, that you've been playing on repeat, on repeat, on repeat, on repeat, and that's blocking off your own intuition. Because your intuition's trying to come through strong here, like that bear, and it's just getting overwritten by you. Oh, I'll never be happy. I'll never find the motivation. People just don't like me. I'm lucky that this group over here put up with me for as long as they did. Do you know what I mean? That's exactly how your own intuition's being overwritten right now. But the thing is, they're not even your thoughts. These are the words that these people have been telling you. Okay. Emperor is coming out as your guidance. I love this. It doesn't matter if you identify as feminine, masculine, gender fluid, makes no difference. It's just about the polarization of the energy, okay? With this one being the masculine principle, this is going to be the principle of doing. It is time for you to do something about this, okay? Because you've been putting up with this for far too long. Now you're needing to do something about it. This is your guidance that's coming straight from your higher self, straight from the universe, straight from spirit, your spirit guides, whichever name you prefer to use. Doesn't make a difference really, because it's all part of the same universal energies, okay? You've got to do something about it, and you can do something about it, okay? Look how tall and strong and proud that tree is standing. Stand tall. Okay, be proud of who you are and how far you've come. Be proud of your achievements, whether they be big or little. Okay? You can do everything about this situation. In fact, with that Ten of Wands being your overall energy, didn't we see that Ten of Wands as your overall energy in this mini deck? Like, halfway through your read. Spirit's saying this is your responsibility, okay? Yes, it is a heavy burden to carry, or just a heavy burden, but it is still your responsibility. Now, whatever has happened to you here is not your fault, but your healing and the fact that you can do something about it, that's your responsibility. That's where you have your power, okay? Remember, Emperor energy, very, very powerful, very dedicated. Literally, an emperor watches over their empire, okay? It's time for you to start building your empire. Now, whatever imagery that conjures up for you personally in your own mind, then that's what you're going to have to run with, okay? It's going to be different for everybody. But you have a duty. You have a duty of care to yourself. You have a responsibility to yourself, okay, to make sure that these individuals no longer get access to you, and certainly no longer take up any more mental and emotional space. Okay, clarify the Emperor. Thank you. I think that one's reversed. It is the Two of Cups in the reverse position. Yeah, it's time to split. It's time to go your separate ways with the Two of Cups in the reverse position. Okay, it would be foolish to try and make this work, whatever situation this is. Okay, Spirit's saying it would be foolish, it would be silly. You're just constantly going to get rejected by these people. It would be foolish and silly for you to continue to put yourself in that situation where you're going to get hurt and hurt and hurt again by these people. Okay, there is too much imbalance here. There is far too much tension that's going on here. Okay, so it's time to split. Yeah, like you got Justice at the bottom of the deck. Now, obviously, you've got a lot of zodiac information that's come out, so I will give the strongest zodiacs. Again, doesn't necessarily mean you are this zodiac or the ringleader is this zodiac. It is just somehow that information is going to be important to some, but maybe not so much to others. Okay, it's more about the energy. So the signs that are dominating this read is definitely the fixed signs. That's Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio. You also have Gemini, Cancer, Sagittarius, okay, and Aries. Now, I've named quite a lot there. Again, do whatever you want with that information. You can take it on board. You can completely disregard it, okay? Like I said, everyone's different. It's only going to be helpful for some. You've also got Libra. I'm feeling that this energy is more to do with divine consciousness. That this is more to do with your divine consciousness and your connection to the divine and your connection to what is right and what is wrong. And you know that the way that these people have been behaving is wrong. You might not know that on the surface level, but you know that instinctively and you know that intuitively, and ultimately that's what you're needing to listen to. Okay, you know that they have been doing wrong. They're also saying with this one that, look, it's going to play out and it's going to work out well for you guys, providing you take the necessary steps that they are asking you to with this Emperor energy, to stand tall, stand proud, to be proud of yourself, to be proud of your journey so far, and to do something about this situation, because it can no longer continue. If it continues, you know that that's wrong, right? Leave these people to their own karma while you're enjoying your own positive karma, okay? Right, let's pull you a Sun Tzu card, and then we will pull one of the naughty cards. Can we have guidance for our collective, please? Guidance, thank you. Okay. Right. Thus, one who is skillful at keeping the enemy on the move maintains deceitful appearances according to which the enemy will act. He sacrifices something that the enemy may snatch at, meaning get to the root of the problem. If someone is unaccountably angry with you, think about why that might be. They might be maintaining deceitful appearances and are angry about something that has nothing to do with you. Spooky. Gently try and find out what it is, and they may well grab the chance. Your reward and theirs will be getting to the root of the problem so it can be sorted out. So diplomacy, step 1, and if the diplomacy fails, move to step 2. Okay? Step 2 is basically recognizing that there are certain people on the planet that cannot be negotiated with, are incapable of being reasonable. And once you've made peace with that, move on to step 3, which is moving on away from them. But this is step 1. Try and get to the root of the problem. And the vast majority of you will see very, very quickly that they're just angry people, that they're just bully people. Okay. Again, I've seen that come out quite a lot. All right. Especially with our collective as well, because it's like they've already exhausted most of the options that they can think of, and the problem's still not resolved, you know. Right, what else for our collective? Okay, it's that one there. Nama Slay. The slay in me recognizes the slay in you. At some point, you've got to get up and act like the people you admire. You probably know someone who is slaying at life right now. So spend today doing the shit that they do. Better yet, take them to coffee and ask them exactly how they managed to slay so hard, and then recognize where you're capable of the same kind of slay. So number 1, that could be about who do you admire? Do you have any role models in your life? And it can also be that maybe you're slaying at life right now, and that's what's caught the attention of these haters. Have you ever considered that one as being a very real possibility? So instead of them asking you, you know, how did you get so successful? Instead of using you as some kind of role model, they'd rather try and pull you down, as that's possible for some. Okay, really interesting read there that came through for you guys. I just genuinely hope that that reading has been helpful for someone. If you feel that you're needing a private reading, then I am currently taking bookings on my website, which is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. Don't forget to go check out all of the other readings. You're bound to find something that's useful for you. I also do readings for all of the 12 zodiacs. We do the general lifestyle reads at the start of the month, and then there are more sort of love, relationship and romantically inclined reads in the mid-month, and then of course all of the daily reads in between. So yeah, there's plenty of readings on this channel. You're bound to find something else that's going to help provide more clarity for you and your situation. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.